no dude laying up under me and all you giving me is a wet ass. Does not even consider, hey babe, be ready at 8.
Rare that I found relationship where you can really focus on yourself and your partner can focus on themselves.
And a lot of men, they have two options. They either marry the prostitute, whips up coochie so she can have a Birkin bag, or he marries a woman with the emotions of a toddler.
He's still putting in that effort, and he's still proving to you that you are the queen of his life.
What happens is when a woman today sees that her man is weak, she belittles and she degrades him for it.
And access of resources that are just of significant value, it really does benefit you to just be single.
People in strong relationships, in long-term relationships, even married folks, what their one tip would be to those of us who are out there in the jungle dating. They always tell me the same thing. But first, I want you to engage with me. Follow, like, comment, share. Now, the number one thing that they tell me is that you have to keep going on one date per week.
Huh?
Now, if you just started dating somebody, it needs to be just one date per week, nothing more. Anything more is obsessive. He's after you for something. It's a red flag. It's going to be weird. You're going to feel weird. It's going to be too controlling. You need one date a week, and you need him to plan it so that he can show his consistency. If that one date doesn't happen every week, he's just not really that interested in you. Trust me when I say this, he's going out on a date every week. Is it going to be with you or not? If you've been dating somebody for a while and it's going really well.
No. We got to stop this. We have to stop. Wait a minute, right? Men aren't trying to do this. This is why it doesn't make sense getting married in the West. And she's saying that to keep a female happy. Crazy.
Well, those weekly dates need to still keep happening. A lot of times people get real cozy, real complacent, real comfortable with one another. And all that starts to happen is dates at home, at someone's apartment, where you're just ordering in and watching a movie, and this becomes routine. You're not really venturing out. You have to insist to your man that he plan one date every week. It doesn't always have to be dinner. It can be a variety of different events and activities. He just has to get creative, and especially if you're married, this rings true. If you are married, you have to still have date night. I know so many people, even my family members who are married, they have success because they go out with each other every week. They find something cool, maybe a new restaurant or a new cuisine they want to try, maybe an art class or live music, a comedy show, an art event, a museum. There are so many things that you can do, even bowling, miniature golf.
You see, that's why it's important that you get a girl that understands your grind. Seriously. Right? Because instead of spending money, you'll be too busy making money. That's what men are trying to do. I'm going to let her finish, though.
Anything to add some excitement to your lives, to get away from the routine, and from female to female, you got to make sure that he's still putting in that work, he's still putting in that effort, and he's still proving to you that you are the queen of his life.
Man. Spend on. That's a new song. Spend on me. There's plenty of songs out there that say that. You know, spend what's in that gold yard back. Spend that. Spend that. You guys know that song, right? Who is it? What's the girl's name? Spend that. Young Miami. Spend that. Spend that. These songs get popular for a reason. And it's not even just where I'm from. It's females like this. It's every female. This is a problem.
You're making money. Unless you're truly with a trust somebody who, like, because of your connection with her, she's putting you in access of resources that are just of significant value, it really does benefit you to just be single. Part of the reason being, when you're not able to just be free and you have to worry about what your actions do, you limit yourself creatively. But when you are single, you can, do different collabs. You don't have to explain yourself or explain just how you move, where you go. It's like me as a single man, I can travel, I can do this. I don't have to explain myself. I can live freely and abundantly as possible. But if I was in a relationship, I gotta explain to my girl I'm doing this, or I want to do content with this. I want to interview this person, that person. But there's just so much value add to be single until you truly reach where you want to be, and then align yourself with a trustful daddy, gentlemen.
Yeah, but that's why I said, you know, the way I move and the route I took is usually the best. But we're gonna get into that in the end of the video. I have a surprise for you guys. But yeah, I gotta let you guys know. I know many of you guys may be looking to make some extra money or even stop what you're doing now, right? And if you want to stop what you're doing now or make some extra cash, I say it's definitely worth it to take a look in my description. You'll see a link there. And what I teach is how to hire others. They work for dollars. You turn around and make thousands. Literally, I show how to do this within 10 minutes of me explaining what it is. You'll learn how to make those thousands. No exaggerations. I even give a PDF, not a PDF file, right? But I give a PDF to give you instructions on what to do to keep people motivated, to keep it flowing to where you hire one person, make them a supervisor, then that person becomes a manager, and then they hire or you hire the next supervisor, and you keep doing it until you have a Fortune 500 company making you bank. Guys, I saw Filipino companies go from 0 to 3 million in 3 years doing exactly this. And this is what they do to us in the States, right? They do the same thing to us. So wouldn't you like to take advantage and not take advantage? Because I show you how not to take advantage of people and have them happy, giving them rewards, right? To keep them motivated to make you more money. Definitely worth it. Check out the link in the description. See you on the other side.
Yeah, but I just feel like somebody has to say it, so I'm going to say it anyway. How do y'all be with these dudes that don't take y'all on no dates? Like, it's beyond me. Like, I'm literally at a loss for words. I don't know about y'all, but I just cannot see myself laying up with a dude every night, and I can't even get a date.
Those days are over.
I'm sorry, ain't no dude laying up under me and all you giving me is a wet ass. Like, it's just so beyond me that people can literally be in these relationships and your man does not even consider, hey babe, be ready at 8. Like, I don't know, am I tripping, or is a date like literally a necessity in a relationship? Like, for me, it's a deal breaker. If a man can't plan no date, he can't be with me. And if I'm being honest, it don't even have to be nothing super extravagant. Like, okay, a new movie came out. Babe, I seen this movie came out. Let's go see it. Babe, I seen TGI Fridays got 2 for $25. Let's go have a bite to eat. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Like, do y'all feel like dates are a necessity in a relationship? Because it's just no way I'm finna be laid up with nobody every single night and you not even taking me nowhere. We not going out. We not having no fun. We just laid up, boom, 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 dumping and calling it a day. I think not. I don't know. That just don't cut it for me, but that's just me.
That's the problem. See, these ladies don't want to build with men. Like the other guy said, the black man, right? He said, you don't have to explain the content you're doing. Every piece of content I do, my wife is involved in. That's the key to everything, right? When I was in the States, I was always doing things that were creative and productive. It's just that everybody didn't realize what I was doing. Didn't want to get on, the program. That happens. Am I sorry because of it? No, because I found that. And listen, because this next man is rich and he tells exactly, I'll play it. I don't need to play it.
Gifts. I'm actually going one step further. I don't think you should have a partner at all. According to the National Retail Federation, the average person will spend around $103 on Valentine's Day gifts per year. Now, I know that doesn't seem like a huge deal, but that's just one occasion. You will need to budget about $100 minimum for birthdays, Christmas, and anniversaries as well. Let's throw in the extra $15 a month for flowers, and you're looking at an extra $180. That's over $580, and we haven't even started on those little surprises throughout the year or times that call for bigger presents. When I was building my wealth, I wasn't looking for anything long-term because I knew I wasn't the man I wanted to be yet. So if you want to become rich, I suggest staying single and focusing on building your empire. You'll have more time and money to invest in yourself and your future. And who knows, maybe you'll find someone who shares your financial goals and ambitions along the way.
Yeah, this is me, right? I'm like this. And I know it comes across like I don't care about nothing. I do. I care about a lot. But when you are a man on a mission, this is how you have to be. And that's what so many men are. Look, this guy is a millionaire now. He's old. And the wild thing is, you can be old as well. You can be 50 years old and start doing something or start working on your goals that will make you millions of dollars. It's never too late. This man is the living example. This is a millionaire.
Takes his wife out on dates regularly. And this is why this is so important to every wife out there. She wants to be taken out. She wants to be doted on. She wants to be celebrated. She wants to be praised. She wants the opportunity to dress up and to feel beautiful and radiant. She wants to be provided for. She wants to feel like she's special. There are critical aspects to how this dating process happens. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Husbands are to take their wives out. And moreover, he is to plan the date. He is to take care of all the logistics. He is to choose the restaurant and the time and the date. If you have children, he takes care of childcare too. Why is this important? Because, gentlemen, I'm going to speak to you for just a moment. Your wife makes enough decisions during her day. Far too many women out there are in decision fatigue. So husbands that are making these decisions and taking their wives out, this is not controlling. This is leading, because every woman on the planet has a voice for her to speak up, for her to engage in the directives of her husband and what he has decided, and leverage her voice to perhaps make a different change. And he has the confidence in his healthy masculine energy to pivot, to make a different decision and move forward. So he sets the date, he sets the restaurant, he provides her choices on what he wants her to wear. She doesn't have to feel overwhelmed in making yet another decision. And he does it out of his passion and love for her, not controlling her. The wife having those decisions removed from her, for that burden to be removed, allows her to relax and feel free and freedom, for her to enjoy the evening, for her to feel at peace. Gentlemen, take your wives out. Ladies, surrender and allow him to make those decisions. This is healthy masculine and healthy feminine energy. These are the groundwork ingredients of a healthy marriage relationship.
You already know the outpour of comments that came in, and I'm getting ready to show them to you guys, right? You already, guys, could you imagine what's being said? No need to imagine. These men no longer exist. Sadly, we've become content getting divorced and being alone. 320 likes. Why do these always show up on my FYP and not his? Why? You see this? He knew this was going to happen during this video, right? Take a look at this. I tried telling mine for years. Now we are divorced. They don't like, they want to spin it. Spinash. 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 All the white ladies doing that. Up in that go yard back. Spinash. 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 Get some help, ladies, please. And y'all doing it with credit cards. Most Americans don't even have 1,000 saved. What is that number? Like around 70%? This is a problem. And they still saying spinash, spinash. But doing a Go Miami dance. I even seen guys on TikTok doing it. Going, it's crazy, man. God said, you know what motivated me seeing go my what? Forget about all that. Let's continue.
I'm still single. It's very rare that I found a relationship where you can really focus on yourself and your partner can focus on themselves without it also being a distraction. You know, I've never struggled with women. I can make a phone call and settle down tomorrow if I wanted to. But I don't want to. I'm not ready because there's still so much that I want to do and accomplish in my life.
Yeah. Sad, but you saw an old guy, now you see a young guy. Right? Let me see what my buddy here, Professor Jiang, he usually talks about politics. Listen to what he got to say.
Want this one guy. Okay? And maybe number 4. They'll settle for number 4. But 3, 2, 1, they don't want. And we know because just look at the world around you. Look at these billionaires, right? Like Elon Musk. How many wives does he have? How many children does he have? Right? All the women in the world, many, not all, but many just want to marry actors like Brad Pitt, billionaires like Elon Musk, right? And 3, 2, and 1, what do? Well, they watch Netflix, they watch porn, they play video games. They've given up on life, okay? They're like, we don't care. We call these people incels, right? Involuntary celibates, because basically they've given up on life and life has given up on them. So this entire competition is between number 5 and 4 for all the women in the world. And this is, again, this will lead to the death of humanity.
I hear what you're saying, Professor Jane. But can you tell that to these females are not going to listen to that? They're saying spinach. And they will keep going for that 5 and 4.
And the question now is, okay, why are we...
And while men have lost faith in the red pill, is because red pill is saying become 5 and 4. Yes, do become 5 and 4. But if you become 5 and 4, right? What happened to marriage? I'm just saying. Me, I wanted to become 5 and 4 while being married. I'm a Christian. I'm sorry. I wanted to do it that way. Let's continue. Sorry.
And so let's look at game theory analysis, right? The players, the rules, and incentives. We know what the players are. The players are doing stupid things. The rules we know, okay? But incentives is something that we have to think about. Why are they behaving like this? And the answer is because they're not interested in sex or procreation. What they're interested in is status. Okay, that's the game they're playing, status. I don't want to marry someone to have children. I want to marry someone so I can take a picture of her and post it on Instagram so I can get a lot of likes. I want to marry someone so I can walk over in the mall and all the guys are jealous. I want to marry someone who I can brag about. Okay? It's a game about status, not a game about sex or procreation. You understand? People are not being rational here. People are trying to maximize their status in life. And that's why everyone's behaving like this.
Yeah. And females, men alike, right? They say, oh, I got to get the baddest of the baddest for status. And I got to show you guys the comments. We got to get into this, right? Let's take a look at this. So the one brother says, my dude knows it all: politics, history, science, dating, etc. Yeah, check out. His name is Professor Jiang, Jiang. He also has a YouTube channel where he talks about everything that was happening in Iran and everything that's going to happen with the U.S. He goes into it all, right? He's still living in China. Actually, he's living in Canada, I believe. How did He gets wife in. Intelligence is something women will gravitate towards, besides look, humor, and talent as well. He married her 40 years ago. No, he didn't. Actually, he's about 40 something years old, but he is top 20% of men. Isn't it clear to you? He is that, right? But also, take a look at these next set of comments here. It says, wait, I'm in the bottom three, but I didn't give up on life, right? Then he laughed. The next brother said, three, four, and five are passport bros, like me. You know what man number Alan Myers just said? This is the game changer. A lot of females don't realize, some do, and they say, you going over there to take advantage of women? You going over there because you are what do you call it? A trafficker. You trafficking women across state lines. They say that because they've lost. They've lost it all because if men are doing that and the rich men are doing it as well, that changes the game. You have to act. You need. This is that get right, right? Guys are giving females that get right, and they don't want to get right. But that's why guys are doing this.
Dating women in America. For a long time, I've been battling this decision because I never wanted to seem as if that I was giving up or that I was allowing whatever external enemy they're playing to be victorious. But I'm far from a weak man, and I'm far from a man who doesn't understand adversity and what comes with it. But I can say that whatever enemy that is plaguing my community, just plaguing this generation as of now, I tip my hat to you because I would have to say I gracefully bow out, man. It's too much. It's too much unneeded stress to deal with. Is this woman going to be good for me? Is this woman going to not disrespect me if I approach her? Is this woman not going to be little? Or is this woman going to think that? I don't think that this happens in other cultures because I've never experienced any other culture besides a Western culture, besides my culture. And those who may watch this video and who may say, well, you just probably want to get you a white girl. It's not even that, bro. If I see a white woman that's pretty, I give my props to her. She's beautiful. And I tried. That shit didn't last 3 days. It just, there's no connection. I don't feel nothing with another skin tone. But I've given up pursuing. I love the sport. I'm gonna say this. I am a man. I'm a hunter. I'm a pursuer. But a relationship, I don't see me having a relationship with a American woman. I just don't see that. The ideologies don't line up. And they're beautiful, magnificent, amazing black women in America. But I have to gracefully bow out of their race of finding. So to all the black men out there, it's not a war cry to say we should all rally the troops and give up. Nah, I'm just saying I'm a soldier, but I have to gracefully withdraw from duty and find elsewhere to target my energy. I haven't given up, but I will not give it any more energy. So CIA, FBI, whoever, alphabet, y'all were victorious when it came to my end.
You know, it's funny, man, because this was me 14 years ago. 14 years ago, I said, I saw it, guys. And I feel like a broken record because I was in the land, the homestead of the modern woman. I was from sex in a city town. And girls really drove that home back then. When it was wild. It's wild because when that show was popular, I was there. I saw live in action. I said, this ain't gonna cut it. I had the same conversation he's having right now. 14 years ago. I didn't get on the internet though. I had to go over here, carve out my path, right? And I was making videos just like this 8 years ago, 9 years ago, before all this was being said. I was making videos like this. And females don't realize it. There were certain guys that were carving out that path because we saw what was happening in the West. Couldn't deal with it. Guys, before I left, I didn't go on dates. I'm not lying to you. Why would I take a girl out on a date? You know, if you took a girl out on a date, it's kind of like you were seen as a sucker. Seriously. Girls didn't go on dates like that. I didn't got the baddest girls. Just met them and just, it's like that. It's toxic as ever. He's just, I'm sure he's went through that too. He probably don't have to take anyone out on dates.
Never know what it's like to have a woman that's completely devoted to him. Not desperate for him because she has low self-esteem. I'm talking about a woman like Queen Charlotte from Bridgerton, and I think the reason why that show did so well is because we saw femininity and strength. We saw a woman who was a queen who was incredibly strong, and she didn't use that to criticize, belittle, degrade her man. We saw that when he struggled with mental illnesses and she found that out, that she lifted him up. She strategized, and she reminded him that he is that king and he belongs at that throne. And we're in this together. She was his strength, literally his strength. And when I think about a helper, a helpmate, they have the tools and the skills to come in someone's life and help them when they are weak. And what happens is when a woman today sees that her man is weak, she belittles and she degrades him for it instead of becoming his rescuer.
I'm not listening. I'm not listening. I'm not listening.
Instead of becoming his helper and applying her skills, her wisdom, her grace, her love, her femininity.
Man, this song brings tears to my eyes because that's what it's all about. You saw the beginning of it. Oh, you're married. You got to take on dates and come on now. Come on now.
To help him rise to the occasion, to help him sit at that throne. I think someone who is actually powerful uses their power not to go be worshipped by other people, go seek to be worshipped because you're of all this value, but actually serves someone else. You know that submission is voluntary, right? It is voluntary. It's a very hard thing to do. That's why a lot of people, a lot of women specifically, don't want to do it. It's very hard. So it means that you're incredibly strong, that you're not using all of your wisdom, all of your skills, all of your abilities to be self-served, to be worshipped, but to actually wash someone else's feet. That's what Jesus did. He did not come here to be served, but to serve others. That's a lot of humility. And another thing about a queen is she chooses with submission to stand as his queen, not to be the king, not to take over his throne. And what's happening is too many women want to take over the throne. That's it. Just have dominion. I see that he's weak, so I want to take you off the throne and I'm going to sit there. And a lot of men, they have two options. They either marry the prostitute, which I'd say is the woman who gives up coochie so she can have a Birkin bag and be taken on dates all the time. It's very transactional. Or he marries a woman with the emotions of a toddler. So she never grows up out of that, and he always treats her like a child.
No, thank you. Please.
Like she is one of his children. And so a lot of men are very lonely. They're incredibly lonely because they're so alone in this world where they do not have a woman that listens to all his flaws, all of his struggles, knows his past, knows ways he's been hurt, and processes that like a computer, takes all the information and uploads it to the computer, the mind, the brain, and strategizes on how to help him. Instead, they have to keep their mouth shut. They can never share their weaknesses because you can't handle it, because you're emotionally immature. You're going to cry about it because you're going to get offended. You're going to feel criticized, or you're going to see his weaknesses and then think, oh, you're not going to be strong enough to handle me. When can they ever be weak? I think a wife that is a good thing, that the Bible talks about, is a very strong woman with incredible discernment, high self-esteem, not fake confidence, where you need all this validation. No, 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 no. That's why those women, they were dressed from head to toe, covered, because they don't need validation. That's not it. Duty over desire. They do not need to be desired. They not need all this validation. They don't need any of that. They're committed to their duty, which is the devotion to this man that he is going to be sitting at that throne. You're going to get there. You're going to sit here, and you're going to do it well. And if you are struggling, no one's going to know your struggles. I will never, ever, ever talk bad about my husband on the internet. I would never share his weaknesses on the internet. That's crazy. That's insane. Some women get up on here and share whatever is going on with their man, like it's a diary. How is he going to be praised at the city gates when the enemy knows his weaknesses? They know how to attack him. You know what I'm saying? With Queen Charlotte, I really loved that show because she could see when he was splitting, and she would hold his hand and she'd be like, we got this, we're together, you're okay. An incredibly submissive woman who doesn't try to take over her man's throne, compete with her man, any of that. He praises her. It's biblical. It's in scripture, and it comes to fruition because he knows that is his backbone. He literally cannot be in the position that he is in without her. She doesn't mother him. She doesn't nag him. In the argument scene where she says, "No, George, I will not leave." Right? It's an incredibly powerful scene because she doesn't degrade him. She doesn't.
I had to pause it because she goes on for a little bit longer, but you guys know what she's getting at, right? But what are men doing to find this? What has happened? Because you heard what the brother said before her. Even with females of other colors, the same thing. You saw when a white guy was saying, "Oh, man has to do this for the females." Who were the women in the comments crying divorce? White females. It's the same thing all the way around. Not with everybody. Of course, she's probably in the West. But, man, we came to that time in history where men are wisening up and realize dating less makes sense. You saw millionaires talk about it. What are they doing? Making money. Guys, I decided many years ago, you know what? I need to focus on making money. So what I did, I focused on that. And that's what I did. And that's how I was able to come over this side of the world 11 years ago. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Also, as I said earlier, if you're interested in buying my program on how to make money, while hiring others, or even just how to make money online, definitely check me out. Link in the description. Other than that, thanks for watching. If you felt this was worth it, I put a lot of thought into these videos as well. It would be great if you subscribe. Peace out. See you next video.
The Iceman is coming!
Winter is here.